the Africa Games happened last weekend. They ended this last weekend. Of course, we already had done the pod by the time it was over. So we got to look back at it to get a little bit of time. But this year was really particularly special because it was the first time that it featured rugby, particularly rugby sevens, as a portion of the games. Now, you can use the Africa Games the same type of as the Commonwealth Games and Pan Am Games. That same concept. Bunch of countries come together, represent, compete, battle, see what's happening. Now, unfortunately for this year, it was a good. I said unfortunate because, like I said, the women's side, Nigeria didn't do very well. It didn't do very well. The winners that actually came out from this on the Africa game side were Uganda at number one, which I told people, man. They're one of the best teams in Africa. Madagascar and Tunisia. All right. For the men's side, it actually ended up being Uganda again, Zimbabwe, and Kenya. Now, I wanted to kind of look at one of these things, look at the games to kind of talk about like why it was the way that it ended up being. And I really wanted to really look at number one, Nigeria. And so I got a couple plays that I was able to take from this. Let me show you one of my favorite plays that Nigeria did against Madagascar. Now, against Madagascar, they ended up losing to Madagascar 20-5. And in watching the game and a couple others, I kind of understood why Nigeria did. And Steve Lewis talked about it a little bit before when we talked to him a couple weeks ago, which was in regards to the fact that they were just coming together. Like, you're talking about a week of practice, and then Steve didn't even get there until the Friday before. So they basically had 2.5 days to be able to get some practice together, and could just see the issues with it. Now, there was talent on the team, and that's why I wanted to take a look at this first play that happened against Madagascar. Oh man, my clips got deleted. No. Oh man, they probably got copyrighted. Hold on, let me see if the rest of them. I worked really hard to get these things together. Yeah, okay. They got all gaslitted. All right. Well, never mind. So I'm gonna have to tell you. So basically, what you could tell from that was the factor that the women were very much out of sync for a lot of the game. Very much out of sync. There wasn't really great support, wasn't really great offload ability. And so games like Ghana, which they should have won, they just didn't. They have the talent, they have the speed, but they just didn't have the consistency. But man, when you watch a team like Uganda, even Madagascar, which is another team, obviously, that has a really high upside, they were just on it on the women's side. You see the flow of phases. That was a team that's had time to gel together and build and play and play and play. And even though, like, I think Kenya women were considered to be one of the favorites for this, but no, man. Like, that Madagascar and Uganda team, those are two of the best. And I think, especially in women's side, they probably should be having a chance at Olympics for the year to come. Tunisia obviously was up behind, and Tunisia always has the advantage of bringing in their French players as well. So I give them credit on that one. But the speed and fluidity that Uganda had was just bar none, as well as with Madagascar. And if you guys don't know, Madagascar is actually a big rugby country because of their French connection. And rugby is actually a primary sport. I think it's actually their number one sport. So their issues has always been funding. That's why we don't see them on the bigger stage. But they're not to be messed with. That goes the same with Uganda. And that goes even into Uganda men. Uganda men are massive. They are fast. They are fluid. And they hit hard. The fact that they've already topped Zimbabwe, which Zimbabwe, you can make the argument that Zimbabwe started losing a lot of players to South Africa and Namibia in some cases, but that's none to be played with. Now you have Kenya in bronze. I honestly don't believe that Kenya brought its best team. Obviously, South Africa was out of it, even though I don't think South Africa is amongst the best teams in Africa anymore. I think they are in sevens when I'm talking about in sevens. I think they're number 3 in my opinion. But even when they bring the full onslaught, I think they're number 3 in my opinion. But I feel like Kenya was actually just they didn't bring their full team. They just were bringing in development because they're already ready for the Olympics, and they're doing they're doing the championship the play-in to be able to get into the HSBC championships. So I think their players are kind of being figured out for that one. But watching Uganda play, I thought was just a work of art to be able to see. And so it's really dope to see that developmental go. I'm looking forward to what the rest of the future is, because looks like Rugby Afrique is getting a little bit more investment. They're getting a little bit more focus. World Rugby is probably putting a little bit more money into them. And to see a team like Uganda grow, I would love to see them. Obviously, they are also in the my goodness, what's the name of that championship? They're also in the they're in the Challenger Series. They're also in the Challenger Series. So I think it's really important to see what they do. Obviously, Uganda still got a ways to go. Jamaica got a ways to go. But these are the teams that are going to be making a lot of headway. So if you guys didn't get a chance, you guys can actually check out the games on Rugby Afrique's Facebook page. I wish they'd done a better job in promoting that, but it is okay. We will survive that. And let me know if you guys are seeing the African team, seeing what they're able to do, seeing what they're able to bring on. I'm going to try and see if we can get a couple interviews from a bunch of them, because we need to get the full onslaught of what's going on out there and their development, especially, like I said, in Uganda, a place where it feels like it came out of nowhere since COVID. Feels like they just came out of nowhere, maybe a little bit before, but just feels like they came out of nowhere, man. So, all right, y'all. We got one more set of ads, and then we're going to be closing this baby up, y'all. Yo, this is Gift Bailu. We're going to be talking just a little bit about what's going on in USA versus South Africa. We'll be right back with it. Stay tuned.
All right. I don't want to hold you guys off. I know it's another ad. Watch out now. But I need to tell you guys about Rugby Outlet Mall. Look, this is the official e-commerce store for Rugby Swag Show and for GiftTime Rugby Network. And of course, we want to make sure that we are hooking you up with gear that is absolutely built for you to be able to wear on a day-to-day. Of course, we can do jerseys, and everybody has a jersey, but not everybody wears a jersey every day. But we have the rugby gear for you. Whether it is our FedEx best or our PayPal best, we have unique designs that are going to be fun and desirable for you to represent the way that you need to. And of course, if you guys go to rugbyoutletmall.com and use the code Grow Rugby, we're going to save you 10% off your first order. Hey, please support Rugby Swag Show. And of course, even some of our other stuff, the HBC Rugby Classic, and just general gear and merch for you guys, because hey, I want you guys to have the best, and I definitely appreciate you guys supporting. So definitely go rugbyoutletmall.com, use promo code GROWRUGBY, GREAUX Rugby, and you will get 10% off your first order. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys, and let me let you get back. Cheers.
I ain't convinced. Black out the tents.